history. What are some of the standout points of what has happened in the history of the organization in terms of big shows that have happened or something like that?
Well, we've done some we really have done some major productions. Miss Saigon, you put a helicopter on the stage. That was an amazing event for us. Titanic.
Were you involved in that production?
I was not involved, unfortunately, with Miss Saigon, nor the next one I was going to mention is Titanic. I mean, that was a huge success for us. Shows like we're about to stage Mary Poppins. I mean, the set design and the magic that's Mary will be there. You're not going to see Mary Poppins and not see an incredible set of talented people, not just on stage but backstage, who've built this set. I think other big premieres for us have been Legally Blonde and Spamalot. That's another big one. We've also done other shows that I think, although critically acclaimed on Broadway, like Drowsy Chaperone, just an amazing show that sometimes doesn't get the audience appeal, but I think was a huge achievement for us because it was a really, really good show.
So for the future of Windsor Light, do you see Windsor Light going in the direction of expanding more, doing bigger shows, getting bigger sets, more costumes, that sort of thing? Or do you see it returning to its roots? Or
I think the future of our organization is going to depend on being able to draw a new audience. Our current audience demographics are very long-term patrons. A lot of them, in their senior years, and they still like to see some of the old favorites like South Pacific or A Sound of Music. But to be able to also encourage the arts to continue, you have to engage a new audience. And I think that there are shows like Rent that we've done, completely different demographic you would have seen in the audience at St. Clair. And I think shows like Wicked, once it's available, if we can, stage it, we certainly will. I think that's the future of our organization, as well as family shows. They are a huge component of any arts programming right now, because that's where you get the new audience at a young age. Bring them in, get them engaged. They can either, from a standpoint of just being a patron of the arts because they enjoy watching it. I know our board treasurer, she shares a story that is wonderful. She was young age, her mother brought her to see our version of Annie the first time we did it, and she'd never seen anything on stage before, and she had a lifelong love now of theater from her just seeing Annie. She is not a person, she'll be the first one to tell you, she's not someone who can sing or be on stage, but she's the treasurer of our board because she wants to be involved. She has her kids involved in our day camp. I think that's the type of experience we want to ensure children have as well, that even if it doesn't get you involved with us as a member, it also at least gets you involved with the love of arts. And I think that's very important.
So how do you think Windsor Light fits into the arts community? Where does Windsor Light stand in terms of, I mean, you have groups like Corda and groups like Theatre Ensemble, and everybody's kind of doing different shows, doing the same shows. How does Windsor Light fit in?
I think part of the way we fit in is we're very much a community leader in theater. We've been around for 66 years. We have a premier spot to be able to put our theater on at. St. Clair for the Center, Chrysler Theater is actually the name of the theater. It's an amazing spot to go see theater. You walk in and you feel like you're out. It's just lovely. I think that we will continue to offer opportunities both as members and to our audience. We will always try and bring, the Broadway experience to our community. We will continue to try and enhance people's abilities to engage in things that they love to do. And as opportunities become available, we will do our best to bring them to Windsor. There are struggles, obviously, in regards to licensing rights. So you're dependent on those who have the licensing rights. So take, for example, a show like Mamma Mia. We don't even know when it's going to be released. I mean, every time you ask, it's not even on their playbook yet. So you just have to continue to watch and one day, hopefully, bring it to Windsor.
So do you think the importance in moving the organization forward is going to come in choosing the right shows or choosing bigger shows that appeal to a broad range of audience members? Or do you think it will be expanding the theater group? Or is the theater group going to continue to be a community organization by the community for the community?
I think the history of Windsor Light is exactly that. We are a community theater group for the community. And I think that's where Windsor Light does its best work. It involves the community. Again, it allows people the ability to engage in a hobby or a passion that they otherwise wouldn't be able to. I think that our future should stay focused on being a community theater group.